I went into the PhD program wanting to do kind of film studies or media studies. I think it was just from like a passion growing up, like just I always like being in the theater, like I can always talk about film. And I think I was just kind of driven by passion up to my PhD. And then during it, I sort of was kind of thinking about maybe looking at different types of disciplines just because I think I was getting burnt out of like my film studies disciplines. I was kind of looking at like social science research, but I was still interested in like religion. And because even in film, like I kind of like cult films and kind of like these films that people like have, I mean, or like fandom in general. So I think of tech evangelism was something that kind of drew me in. I think because I remember reading an article about brand evangelism, and I thought that was really interesting. Just like how they described it too was very even like researchers would use like religious sort of language and to like show like this relationship between like brands and consumers. And I think that's kind of what initially interested me. And then I think I was also interested in just like people's careers and kind of what they do for a living. So the idea of talking to evangelists and kind of what they do and like how they interact with different audiences and communities. I think that slowly started to make more sense as I did the dissertation. I don't know if it made sense early on, but I think once I was towards the end, it's like, this makes sense, even though my past research might not indicate that, but I think thematically it made sense. And I think it makes sense now with after PhD, just because I'm still talking to people, like I'm still kind of knowing kind of what they do and kind of sharing what they do. But because I don't think job titles or even like a job placement ad or something or like a description really tells what people do unless you really talk to them.